So, self-awareness, regulation of mind and senses. You have to regulate your senses, control your own senses. You should not leave senses uncontrolled. The self-awareness and regulation of mind and senses. And see, these are the things, what is the meaning? I have already explained. Self-awareness, control of mind and senses. What is it? Meaning, self-awareness means knowing. You have to know. What you have to know? You have to know who you are. You have to know your strength and weakness. You have to know your strength and weakness. There is a concept in management that is known as SWOT, 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 or some people say SWOC, SWOC. Learn, this is management. SWOT means you study, whenever you do something, you study strength, weakness, opportunity, O opportunity, and T threat. And some people say SWOC, SWOC. Same thing, strength, weakness, opportunity, and challenges. So you have to know yourself. This is so scientific. You are learning all these things from Bhagavad Gita. And when you culture these things regularly, studying these things, it comes to your mind. So you have to take decision on the basis of knowing your strength and knowing your weakness. You find out your own weakness, act on that. Find out your strength, work that way. You have to know your thoughts and emotion. You have to know your thoughts, what you are thinking. See, you are thinking bad thing or good thing, try to control. Very difficult. My lecture may not help you, but it's very difficult, but it needs practice. It needs practice. Then that's why by practicing these things in India only thousands of years back, so many rishis, munis were there, and they used to think properly, and ultimately they have done so many things for the human society. You can read those things. Few days back, 2 scientists came from NASA to India. I met them in Guwahati, Vivekananda Kendra. I talked to them. They said, we have come to India in search of mythology and study mythology. Why? You are from NASA scientists? Because we want to get some new thoughts, new ideas like that. We want to study this way. These things are happening. So they are very much connected with science. Controlling mind and senses means what? Not getting distracted easily. Not getting distracted easily. Suppose now I am sitting here, suddenly little problem is near about, I am getting distracted, so I cannot take the class. So I should have that force that I am not distracted so easily. I am not distracted so easily. So you have to culture that thing. If the manager of a company is suddenly distracted for a small thing, he cannot manage, he cannot do anything properly. There will be a problem for taking his duties and for managing, and then not getting distracted. Not creating impulsively, not reacting impulsively. Suddenly something happens, you are reacting, suddenly reacting. So think properly, and that reaction was maybe not good and you did something wrong out of anger. You may do something out of anger. So whatever our Muni Rishis used to do in past, and still now some people are doing, so that we can see, at least we can study, we can bring those things to our life, and this is for our good. Not in if each and every person does our own good, we have to know what is our good and what is our bad. That is also a point. You have to know what is our good and what is our bad. That is also we have to know. So this is also self-awareness. If you don't know what thoughts are good and what is emotion, then you cannot take proper decision. You get distracted, and suppose your exam is tomorrow and something happened somewhere, and suddenly you are getting distracted, not studying, you know what will happen. So you also know these things what I am talking, but what matters most, knowing is not enough, you have to practice these things so that you protect yourself, you make yourself powerful, and go ahead with this for good purpose of the society. Controlling mind and senses means not getting distracted, not reacting impulsively, and staying focused on the goal. You stay focused on the goal. What is your goal? Stay focused on that. Do it. I will be doing engineering very nicely, and I will be doing very good result. I will be applying for this, that, I will be getting job. This is your goal. For that you study today, goals, today's goal, tomorrow's goal, you study that way. Now this is, you have to focus in your goal. Suppose you are not concentrating your mind to the goal, then 100% sure you are already failure. But even after concentrating your mind to the goal, suppose your work is done perfectly, and after that also maybe you are fully successful, is okay, this is expected, but maybe for some reason you don't know, you are not successful, maybe for some reason. At that time, if you are distracted again, at that time if you are destroyed again, I mean depressed again, and that is also you are loser. So Bhagavad Gita gives guidance in all the ways, all the ways. You have to take decision properly, fine. You have to do focus, fine. And after doing these things, then you do the work, fine. And after doing the work, some factors that they are. Even in law, in India, in Indian law, I am giving one example of law. Suppose you have sent one ship from Mumbai to suppose Dubai. Some goods are going, and there is a contract to this foreign country. These goods you are selling to them of 20 crores goods you are selling, and on such and such date goods will reach and you will be getting the payment. There is a contract. If you don't send the goods, there will be breach of contract. You shall not get the money. Fine. Now, suppose you have prepared good quality goods, you have loaded, and ship is going, cargo is going. On the way there was storm, heavy storm, and there was some accident to the ship, and maybe some big accident, or maybe it was late by 4 days, 5 days. So if the Dubai party says, no, you have not supplied goods on time, so I will not pay you money, you have broken the contract, then that in the agreement you write one thing, that before you sign the agreement you write one thing, I am sending the goods on such and such date as per your specification, but if due to certain reasons these do not reach, which is beyond my control, certain regions, certain accident, if the contract could not be fulfilled, that it is not my fault, beyond my control, then you shall not treat that I have broken the contract. And those things which are beyond the control, those things which are beyond the control, those are known as, in the act is written, please remember, those are known as act of God. Those are known as nothing else. You can search in Google what is act of God. Find the list, act of God. These are there. So after doing the work, after appearing the examination with all preparedness, maybe there is something unexpected happens to you negative, then that is for whose reason, for whose fault? It is not for your fault. Maybe something after act of God, which you don't know. Then you have to console yourself, control yourself. Suppose result is not good, but that should be after proper attempt, after proper effort given, after an endeavor. Without working, without efforts, only failure is sure. I am not talking to those people, but I am talking to those people fullest of effort, fullest of activity, preparation, and then something negative happen. Then you share, that is a crisis in life. Then you pay strong. You have not studied, not prepared, and you have failed. It is very nice. Who cares? I am not talking to them. Bhagavad Gita is not saying about that. You take after preparation, after everything, all things done properly from your side, and then something happens, positive, very good, something happens negative. Then also what you do, Bhagavad Gita gives the solution. That you get the solution. That's why it is scientific. That's why Mahatma Gandhi used to read it, and Abdul Kalam ji every day read it, and many people, Subhash Chandra Bose. You find out big people. They always read these things to keep the mind focused, ready, and energetic, and ethical. These things are there. So today, what is the time? Anybody can tell me the time today? Anybody can tell me the time today? Little bit. Tell me the time. Anyone? Pranjit, 3:30. So we can go to 3:46, 3:45. Okay. We are having little 9 minutes time. Let's continue a little bit more. So you have also. I'll give you PDFs. Pranjyoti, I'll give you PDF. I'm talking to one student. I can see that name, and I'm talking to everyone. I'll give the PDF. Don't worry. PDF etc. is no problem. You can Google out, find out, make note. That is not the thing. But how much you culture in mind? I want that. How much you culture in mind, and from these classes you purify your life. That is the thing. And don't accept anything what I say without proof. Don't accept anything from Bhagavad Gita without examining. So, this is one chapter is complete here. You can explain here with every point, you can explain little from your side. If you cannot, I will guide you, but first I am giving the main guiding points. Let us go to the second part. We are having 10 minutes time. Pranabjyoti, you shall just give me a signal at 3:45. Okay, just you shall talk to me on 3:45. Okay. Now you see self awareness. In self awareness, what are the see whatever I have written here now is also these are coming from the essence of Bhagavad Gita. It is not my own mind created. It is the effect of Bhagavad Gita. You will finding it. Okay, the key ideas: mind can be your best friend and worst enemy. Remember this whole life. I told you, mind can be your best friend and mind can be your worst enemy. So control mind. You have to control mind. And discipline helps in better decision making. You have to discipline, mental discipline, physical discipline, spiritual discipline. These things are absolutely essential for everyone, especially for the students. Absolutely essential that you should have spiritual discipline, mental discipline, focus, and purity of mind, control of mind, all these things. And that is discipline. It will help you to take best decision. See, I am not talking about managerial decision. You are not manager now, you are studying. You apply that thing to your study only. How? You are managing your study. You are managing your study. You are managing your time. You are managing your duties in your family. Apply these feelings everywhere. You sensitize yourself. Sensitize yourself. That is the thing. Then control over senses leads to success. You have command of your own sense, own mind, command. And say, although it is not from Bhagavad Gita, I am connecting. Henley was a poet in English poet. Henley, Henley. In one of his poem, he wrote at the end of the 4 lines I am just reciting for you. You did not write in exam. I am just reciting for you to inspire you, to motivate you. I am the master of my fate, I am the captain of my soul, he wrote. What does he mean? I can control my mind, I can control my soul, I can write my own story. That is the spelling. And Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna is inspiring that way. And that is Atmanirbhar. You become self-reliant, self-dependent in everything. Decision, how far you can go, culture, how far you can take the best decision. That is the most important point is decision, first point. Because if decision is not properly taken, all other things are gone. So that is the thing. So you have to control your senses. Example, a manager who stays calm during stress can make better decision than one who panics. There are some managers who panics. It's little bit something happen, panics. But some managers are calm and quiet of steady mind, they can take proper decision. Suppose there is some electricity problem, accident, you are from electronics maybe, some problem is there, some fire in some factory, somewhere in the office little, and the manager is shouting like he is scolding everybody and doing this and that and jumping this way and that way. So you know what will happen. But another manager think, sthita pragya, think okay, ये कर दो, वो कर दो, ऐसे करो, उसको phone करो, fire brigade बुलाओ, and the other person will forget to call the fire brigade even. So this is the thing, keeping the mind and senses controlled. These things we learn from Bhagavad Gita here. That's why this course has come. And next, number 2 is dharma, karma, shadharma in professional life. Dharma means duty. Dharma is not going to temple or going to wherever it may be, masjid or church or whatever it may be. Dharma means duty. What is your duty? You do it, that is your dharma. Bhagavad Gita says like that. Bhagavad Gita does not say that Hindu dharma or any other dharma. No. Dharma is your duty. Find out your duty. Forget about religious color. Forget it. Find out what is your duty. That's why Bhagavad Gita is so popular among all religious communities of the world. When they are attracted to this, they study and keeping their religion intact. Religion, you do whatever your guru has said, your prophet has said, whatever, that is a different issue. But here, Bhagavad Gita said, you stick to your duty. If you have not done your duty, means you are you are not doing your duty means you are vidharmi, adharmi, like that. Dharma Sangstatpanarthayo, then Lord Krishna will be coming. Lord Krishna will be coming. What was the duty of the Vice Chancellor? He should not be the chairperson of the interview committee. That was the duty, that was the dharma. But he did not follow. Then ultimately law came, and law is Lord Krishna. Think that way, whatever, like you say, then doing what is right. Several options are there. You do what is right for you. Find out what is right. And it's very difficult to think sometimes what is right and what is wrong. Very difficult sometimes. So think properly what is right. Sometimes some other person comes and tell you, see, this is wrong, don't do it, you do this. That type of advice you take some other people. And that other people, whoever comes to you, maybe your family member, parents or your friend, that person is Lord Krishna. That person is Lord Krishna. What is right? Ab kya karega maine? This type of dilemma every time happens to our life. In your life also. You think and find out. It may happen. And following moral value. Ultimately find out what is moral value. Learn moral value. What is moral value? What is immoral? This knowledge should be there among the students and everyone. Your students, so I am telling that. Follow the moral value. What is moral? And moral value is totally something which is common to all religions. What is karma? Very important. Every action has consequences. Every action has result. Karma nivadi karaste ma phaleshu kadachana. Lord Krishna said, you have right over your karma, you have no right over the result. But every karma has a result, consequence. Whatever you do, you will get a result. You appear in the exam, this is karma, and result will be coming, whatever it may be. It may be good, it may be bad. And Lord Krishna said that result you don't have right. You give it to me. If it is good, give it to me. If it is bad, give it to me. Because if it is good, you may be feeling ego. If it is bad, you may be feeling depression. So give it to me. Kaam karne ke baad mein Lord Krishna ko chhod do. Result. But don't get detached from the work. Karma. Karma karte chalo, kaam karte chalo. Everybody said that. Focus on the work, not on the result. तुम काम पे ध्यान दो, result में नहीं. But don't think that you should not think. That's what I debate that way. People say काम का चिंता करो, फल का चिंता मत करो. No. फल का चिंता तुम करना ही पड़ेगा. You have to think. फल का चिंता. In business, we know, we determine what will be the profit in future after 1 year. So we take decision. So we think of the result.